was the record button. Whoops. Streaming, that's better. Anyway, kill this. I was doing some off-stream shenanigans. Or was that from yesterday's stream? I don't remember. Regardless, this run is dead and there's no point in continuing. Take me home. Anyway. So the plan is to play a bow. Probably Zagbone. Maybe a bit of Hera. Maybe a bit of Rama. Ishiro. Is there ever a day where you don't have guests at home is my question. It feels somewhat unavoidable at this point. Anyway. I have hell mode on, oh dear. I wonder how much this struggles. Yes, enemies of DC2. You know what? I feel as though Rama could do it as well. Like, Rama RI3 somehow doesn't seem unreasonable. I don't know about EM4 though. Yeah, I'll start with this. Actually... Wait, I can combine the two. Baguette. So true. I feel as though that's overkill. I don't particularly feel like enabling calisthenics, Max. But also, this is unmodded, so by itself that makes it sane. What the fuck ever, just put this to 55 or something. And then regret that you didn't enable EM4 instead, because you time out 50 times. And Rama actually has pretty good EM4 damage. Um, yeah, I suspect the plan here is just going to be... The plan here is going to be get twin shot, then hope you don't time out in Tartarus or Asphodel, and then don't suck. I do in fact hate EM4, this is a known fact. Can I get special? Fuck you. Oh dear. Starting off strong. Can I get twin? Twin shot would set me up very well right about now. Well, shit, kill this. Immediately. I don't know how long I'll be playing Rama. Probably try to get twin shot once or twice and then switch to something else. Assuming I don't win before that point. Like, before giving up. If I do win, then that's probably the stream done, because that's all I had planned. I suck at timing these power shots. My god. Can I hit? Not even close. Hades player tries to hit a single shot. Impossible. Wait, what if I... Okay, here's a bad idea. These are some Ake binds. Oh no. I'm mistiming the power shot so hard. Am I allowed to get a hammer? Smile? Okay, how come you can aim rail special, but you cannot aim this garbage with the mouse? No, in fact, why is rail special, as far as I'm aware, the only one that you can aim with attack at cursor off? Anyway, time to set that back. Good lord. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh, come back, Shiro? That one was doomed to fail anyway, with how I was playing. No, I'm just bad. That's also part of it. This is not a weapon I'm familiar with much at all. I mean, like, I can do some things, but I wouldn't call myself competent at the weapon as a whole. Like, especially not Rama. Actually, no, especially not Hera. And Rama as, like, the second least. Hmm. Okay, that's funny. That is funny, I have to admit. Funny Rama pseudo tech. Yes, I do that for my passwords sometimes. Like, why the fuck is it telling me that this password's wrong? I know it's right. Where did I typo? And then I eventually fail to find the mistake and just copy paste my password from somewhere else where I know that I've written it correctly instead. D dash. Ow. Fake for Skullamat. I'm sad about that. Was almost good. Hey, can I get an attack? Intentionally. I sometimes die at the end of the room without trying to disrupt the flow of the room too much. Anyway, this is some hot shit. I'm trying to estimate how late I need to die so I don't um risk or don't risk too much dying entirely accidentally. So this should be near the end. Never mind, there's another wave. And in that case, like that hit, I was just bad. There's my hammer. Too little, too late. Never mind, it's playable somehow. Somehow fine. Oh no. There we go. Can this be the end, please? No? Alright, I'm fucked. Maybe. Okay. And I guess I got triple, which is fine. It's the second best option, I'd say. Acquire the heart. Timer's very sketch, but this isn't EM4, so I need less of a timer than I otherwise would, I suppose. Now time to play out of my mind, because triple shot Rama is not easy to play. And I expect to take a load of damage and perhaps even die here. It is that much more powerful than Twin Shot, though. In theory. Okay, got it. Sick. Sick. True Shot can go. What's my god pool? It's Athena, Artemis, Aphrodite. Keep Shackle on. Keep the Shackle equipped. That's an unfortunate Eurydice placement. They all stay in pool even if you purge all of their boons. Which makes having a good god pool to start that much more important. But also means that you don't have to carry around boons of gods you don't need if you don't want to have them around. Just get the god pool to size 4 and then purge off everything you don't want. Ow. Ow. It's fine. Shared suffering. Lovely stuff. That is an Athena boon. That is in fact an Athena boon. I think I have to skip it though. I was not counting mini bosses, but I think those are the two first. There should be one after this. Yes, there is. Lovely. I have enough to afford both of these. Do I do that? I think so. The build goal is to get a strong attack, and this is about it. If I get a strong attack and maybe an Athena call, then I'm probably set. Maybe an extra Defiance, but like, all that's just a plus if you get what I mean. That's an unfortunate attack to get crossed out. I might even roll for it. Fuck you. Alright. Probably lose Stubborn Defiance here no matter what. Can you not? Brother, please. Dude. Thank you. Lose SD. I don't care about the extra health enough to not do this. Finds recall. Or attack, that works. Massive attack, I can get off Shackle safely now. This is cutting into my damage temporarily, but in the long run this will help. Yeah, this will be good in the long run. Hello. I don't know why I wasn't expecting a Skullamat there, given there were literally like 15,000 15,000 skulls after me. 230. This pace is so bad. I'm currently praying to the gods that I don't get destroyed by Elysium, and in other words that means get like a top 20% Elysium. Above average Elysium isn't enough, I need to get like a pretty good Elysium. I played that phase badly. What is that? Why is there why is there 2/3 of the arena filled with blue heads right now? What the fuck was that? Load of horse shit. What a load of dog shit that was. Right, nope, no thank you. Right, I am about to commit a sin in high heat and turn down jury summons before turning down calisthenics program. Sure, whatever. Oh hey, look, 4 Scalamats, except it's way too early for 4 Scalamats to actually be fast. I mean, it's not... I wouldn't say it's the slowest encounter ever this early on, but like it's not fast. Ow. Wait, I need to check something. How many YouTube quizzes do I have queued up still? I have none queued up. It's so over. Uh, what are some facts? What are some interesting facts? Uh, Interesting. Just a moment. I am trying to remember obscure facts to put in the quiz. None. I was just trying to think of facts to put in a YouTube quiz. It's 21st. Yes, please and thank you. Lovely. Okay.
You call this shouting? This is not shouting, boy. This is merely having certain expectations which you have not met. Now, try once again.
No, I'm not taking that. Should probably... There we go. Wait, what's over here? Coins? I just pressed A out of habit, like a dumbass. Sick Chamber 3, though. Again, I pressed A like a dumbass. That's crazy. Ravwill, yes. That's too little percent for me to accept. Hmm. Whoops. My mistake. What car? What's going on? Bro's just meowing. I can just sell the cast. I don't need any sell boons. Whoops. Hey, can I like get my hammer, please? Any hammers in chat? What do you mean? He's not in one hit range right now. Even a slugger thug doesn't kill me here in one swing. Now one would. No hammer. I don't feel like playing this, nah. Send me home. Guitarist. Wait, Dem Special is actually kinda fire. Thank you. The first one's guaranteed, however, the second one is fake. That's not happening. Second one's just not gonna occur. We're like a shockwave of mass destruction, truly. Damn. Hello? I mean, hey, who said that? Who said that a bow has to fire arrows? And hell, even if you say that it does have to fire arrows, how do you rigorously and scientifically define an arrow? If you're too loose on your definition of arrow, you might include darts, but you still have to be still have to be if you're not strict enough, you'll include stuff like darts, but if you're too strict, you'll reject some things that would realistically be considered an arrow, but but would not be considered one under that definition.
Do your worst, Father.
Oh dear, this is bad. To be fair, this is probably not an instant reset, but I don't feel like playing Rama with anything that's not twin, I'm not gonna lie. Or like maybe triple, but I'm not good enough at this aspect to get away with low damage. I don't know.
Forgot something. What's the worst that could happen? Grandmother Demeter. More wretches.
Aphrodite? Sick. Very nice room. Special, sure. Chaos, sure. Hmm. Special, sure. Sick room. Whoops.
You've been waiting for this, haven't you?
Worth it.
Hello, little fairies.
Chest.
This is my fight.
Okay, please. Can I have my twin shot hammer? Twin shot from Hades, the video game. For the bow. God damn it. Fine, PB.
One more chamber.
I'm feeling confident enough to where I'm not going to worry about it. Can't take that. Uh, this is C10. I don't think I can take the trial now. I would have liked that Aphrodite for attack, but whatever. Oh dear. My god. Low damage problems. Also just general Rama problems, I guess. I had to stand still for 2 decades for an attack to finally come. I never know how to answer that, so I'm glad you always forget. I'm not gonna lie.
The pact is sealed.
My default response is either I'm fine or vibing.
Sons, sleep and death.
In this case, it's more of a I'm fine.
I cannot think of anything I fear, except the god of talking back to me.
I am the god of war.
So feel free to forget to say it, is what I'm saying.
The hunt is on.
Sick room. Can I get a special? Best or possibly second best special in the game. Sick room. Damn. Yeah. This is a predicament. Fuck it, surely I'll not time out in Furies. Or any time. Ever. Smile. Surely the fact that this is a naked skull naked skull room won't affect anything. Smile. 7. Yes, exactly. Precisely that. Dog shit? Sick attack call. Hmm. Get me the fuck out of here. Oh dear. I'm starting to regret the heart I took early on.
Got to keep at it. Should check the god.
I like to assume it's like being stabbed a bit.
My grandmother.
I'm probably looking for a Hydramite here mainly. You know what? Call that works too.
This won't end well for you.
Not even close. I would like an attack here. If at all possible, hey, glue. Whoops, that's the wrong angle, but it still works. I got my attack, meaning I can switch off Shackle for Asphodel. Can I get a hammer like ever? Twin shot specifically? Or triple if you really want to make me cope? Hey, uh, can I have the thing? This doesn't look like the thing. That is definitely not the thing. Hold up. I am saving my money for a hammer. In the event hammer shows up in end shop. Costs 360, I believe. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey Frey. I might do some Zac bow later, it's not out of the question. I intentionally did not specify what bow exactly. Might also do some Hera later, might also do some Mini of the Week. Can... There we go. Get me out of here. Thanks. Hell yeah, got it. Got the thing. Timer's looking less great, but whatevs.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Check it out, sis. The god of trash is here. Let's get to
Ow. Hello. Can you calm down, ma'am? Jesus Christ. My God.
She wasn't very nice. Keepsakes hold power.
Cringe.
Feel cleaner already.
Incredibly cringe.
I can use this.
This is a I don't fucking know collar angle.
Until next time, Tartarus. Getting warmer.
Should be a guaranteed attack palm here,
More burn flingers?
given this is not AP2. Come on, dude. Please.
Delicious.
That is unfortunate. I'm rolling this.
Let's see what else.
Alright, whatever.
Not yet. Moving right along.
I was more looking for, like, hyper sprints, dashes, the usual. The usual culprits. My goodness. GTFO. What a fucking run this is. Ew. Hey, video game, please. Thank you. I'm rolling. I'm sorry.
These.
Oh my god. Zag salute. I'm sure you'll get more done than me today.
You want to go?
Try Trying to make me play Rama correctly is a lost cause. It ain't happening. Well, shit. Okay.
Good enough to eat.
Sure.
No way.
Heartbreak Strike level 3.
Lerner, you really didn't have to reconstitute yourself just for my sake.
My goodness. How the fuck? Everything except for calisthenics program because frankly I forgot. I mean, not everything, but like I can quickly show you what I had. It was it was normal mode, so imagine this on normal mode. Um, it was Hestia, so this was off. RA3 heightened security. This yes. I forgot to enable calisthenics program. Imagine this at level 0. Imagine this at level 0. And this, I believe it was. Yes, 38 sounds right. If you want to make it harder, you enable calisthenics program. So you have to fight EM4 for longer.
That's as much heat as I can get from this.
I don't know why I suck so much ass at this aspect. Or like at bow in general.
That's as bad as this gets. You can do it.
Eh.
You are bound to me, and I am your host. Zagreus.
I mean, if you have too much time for your liking, you can just wait in front of that. There's nothing stopping you from waiting there. I just did that so I don't get fucked over by 5 sack or something when I do get the build together, and that I then time out on EM4 or something every single time. Or you can just try to beat the fight as fast as possible and set yourself a hard limit on how much time you're willing to allocate. If you don't want to set a hard limit on it through that, I mean, through waiting. Oh no, how about a bit of Zagbo? Sure. Aw. I guess the fun part about Zagbo is that you have more ways of getting damage than just twin. Do it through explosive, point blank, twin, triple. You don't have that issue, Frey. You play modded. You're playing modded. You're not supposed to agree with that statement. The fuck you mean, I'm right. Hey, can I aim like a single shot, please? How? My goodness. Playing bow today was a mistake, given this is how I'm playing.
More piss.
Ow. Okay, no kill me. Get me out. This aspect sucks, actually. This was a mistake. Playing bow today was a mistake. What are we doing? What's happening?
Which one?
Hmm.
Let me see you now for what you truly are. Ready as I'll ever be.
Yo, sick D-dash. You mind? Can I hit a shot? Thanks. Whoops. Goodbye. No hammer. Health good me safe. Smile. I think 1 minute into chamber 5 is kind of nuts. Not even close. Can I stop get trickle numbskulled right now? I mean, I'm happy I got this type of encounter instead of like a fucking speeder splitter.
How's that?
But still. Garbage out of here. Nice room. Can I get my hammer? Please, TY. Twin shot specifically. Can I not get Seeker Witched? This might be asking for too much, but can I not be Seeker Witched at every opportunity? Like at seemingly every opportunity possible. Ow. Call, cast. Special if you want a meme. Ocean's Bounty would have worked too. This is funny. Don't do it. For the record, I wouldn't even have considered it at a rarity below epic. But because it was purple, it looked kind of funny. And the equivalent... I mean, having an attack that's like slightly better than a common afro. But that's actively detrimental in terms of gimmick. Drunken dash value. Very bad. Unwinnable TBH. And it's not even a one wave or kill me. Can I? Thank you. The face vomiting emoji. I'm just gonna wait. Get that garbage out of here. right now.
Time's up. Ran out of time back there, I guess. Wonderful. What's going on, Skip? Kelly? I'm asking for it.
Twin shot C1 when?
Dare look at me like that, boy, with your mismatched eyes. You saw it for yourself. You have a mirror in your chambers, don't you?
I have both my parents' eyes.
I sometimes wonder why they, in this game, didn't make like a single aspect that doesn't care at all about the hammer it gets. Come on.
The underworld's power.
Like, there's the rails, kinda. Non-Lucy rails, that is. But even those greatly benefit from some hammers more than others. Clockets, Trockets, and Delta Chamber come to mind. In the case of Hestia, instead of Delta, there's Ricochet. Like, piercing. And Hazard Bomb, actually. Yeah, wait. Hestia's like almost like that, but not good enough. TBH, TBH. Yeah, they should have made more hammers viable for more aspects. Also, I wish not every funny build involved Poseidon in some way. Knockbacks are just inherently funny, what can I say? Being completely unable to control where enemies go. Joel's on fucking no. That's the only one that got deleted from the game. Oh dear. No thank you. I don't feel like playing this anymore. Especially not now. The game did not help its case right there. No thank you.
Blasted spang traps everywhere. That won't work here. What could go wrong?
Sick.
Numbskulls.
This is a special build now, smile. end me. I cannot be bothered playing this 11 and 12 now.
Just have to try again. No use.
Sick.
What's life without a little pain? Kill or be killed.
Attack.
Stay dead. That's life. Mega up.
Hmm. I don't know, this feels like a roll for me.
What else?
Lovely. If I can get Rod or Snare going, I'll be set. As set as I can be with that twin shot, that is. No thanks. I feel like that's enough bow for the day.
I really shouldn't step on dart traps anymore.
I am as I've established multiple times before, I'm pretty bad at bow. So here we are. What do I feel like doing? It's probably going to end up being chaos, I'm not gonna lie.
Care to join me out there?
The Chaos Shield from Hades, the video game.
Might help. No getting out of that one.
I could try JS3 CP0 and turn off Hell mode. That is an option I have at my disposal. That is probably a pretty reasonable thing to do too. Hold up. Just quickly going to mod and unmod my game to turn off Hell mode on the file. Just a second. Import these. Boop boop. Toggle Hell mode. Boop boop. This actually lovely. Oh, I should actually just like wipe while I'm here. Unmod the game. Control A, delete all of this.
The pact is sealed.
But yeah, no, the idea with this pack change was to make EM4 as least difficult as possible.
Access would not ask. You can't always go where you please.
Think you can stop me?
Wait, I might wanna... There we go. Yep. I'm still thinking back to like my first 56 chaos that got to dad, that got to like second half of dad phase 3 and then timed out. God damn it, with this new pact it probably would have done it. Sure, completely free. F. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Not having block makes that fight even worse than with the option to block. Some aspects definitely have it better than others, though, even in that scenario. Like, by that I mean aspects that have damage in the back half are going to struggle less than aspects that don't. Rama's a pretty good example of an aspect that has damage on dad. I accepted that Artemis attack because I have a chaos buff for, for attack. And I guess Brage is a nice bonus too, but not the reason why I took it. C10, can I... like... video game, please? Am I allowed to have fun? What is the snooze fest I have to deal with right now? Who invented this? Who the fuck invented this?
Which path?
My goodness, yeah, that is a cracked build.
No. Indeed.
You see that? Think I've got easy does it.
Can I get a hammer ever? Like at any point?
What else we got?
Thank you. Unironically about to go for Rod, by the way.
And hero?
Ow. Boldy. I even... Ow. I even turned my shield around trying to block the thug's hit, but I may have done that too early.
I guess I should be flattered in a way. Not going to work here. Won't get extra bounties this way, but why not? A gift. Athena's
No, any day now I'll get charge shot and then immediately make it to Elysium as I almost always do in that situation. Someday.
More darkness.
I mean... It's like... if you're coming to the point where turning down hard labor all the way isn't enough to help with practice, then you're just not good enough to achieve the thing. I'm not going to lie. God mode's a bit overkill for that. Zag snooze. Sometimes I wonder if I should... I don't know, turn off jury summons here and turn up tight deadline, and then I remember you can still get 33, 34 or 3 or 4 or 5 sacked and still suffer. At least rooms would be less brain rot on average. It's got that idea's got that for going for it. Ow. Brimstone, please. Attack or dash. Perfect. I mean, the damage is pretty good this run. Assuming I'll get C-shot, the damage is pretty good. If I don't get C-shot, the damage is very mid. Possibly hot garbage. Not even close. So true. 155. This is gonna take 2 minutes as is usual with C-shotless chaos. Assuming I don't die. If I die, well, The timer doesn't matter now, does it? Ow! Hello? What's happening here? Did I just perfectly bull rush into a saw? Panic mode engaged. Dies immediately. Anyway, yeah, that's what C-shotless chaos looks like. Fun, isn't it? Takes like 30 seconds to go through every phase. It feels like time for a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Forgot something again.
I don't know. I wanna try something. How bad can it be?
These gemstones that you mock, boy, are a symbol of the power of this realm. To you, they're merely trinkets.
But to mortals, these
Gemstones
gems
hold more
never
value
give
than
their
money.
very lives.
Let's go find some gemstones then.
Oh no. I will simply get hammer into charge shot. That is going to happen, trust. This chamber reward? Yeah, charge shot. Smile. Aw. I don't really have a choice, do I? Based or not based, it's what I got. This is Hammer, trust. This is not Hammer. Don't trust me. Sick. Sick cleanup there. Fuck. That's what I get for not losing SD that room. I have no idea what b-ball you're talking about. Okay, hot garbage, get me out. I don't think I care anymore. Strong bow, by the way. Lamal. Sick. That is a Chaos Gate. Surely I don't get screwed over. Yeah, it works. This is fine by me. Whoops. Can I get a hammer? And then get C-shot from that hammer? The charged shot hammer from Hades the video game. Preferably not against Chop in the future. Ow. Yeah, preferably not against a skip in the future. Aw. Okay, well, Ron's dead anyway. Cool. Feel like this needs a bit of music on my end. How about... There we go. But yeah, no, with this new pact, I'm hoping that the timer is about as much as of a concern as before. Though I'm not exactly sure if that'll be the case in practice. Because of the usual, less walking around looking for enemies and benefits package is less bad. So surely that means more runs will get to the final fight. Smile. Also bosses have less health. Meaning less waste of time. Yeah, that's part of the less chasing, less benefits package bullshit. It's part of that. Hello? Can I get a hammer? Can a gamer get a hammer, perhaps? Shit. Can a gamer not be bad at the video game? Is my next question. But first, the hammer. I mean, I don't think it's completely unreasonable to keep playing this. Minotaur Rush has a lot of inbuilt damage, but the utility's not there. Just not. You don't have the easy damage the way you do with Charge Shot. If an Alicia, I mean, if an Asphodel enemy decides to jump away, the Asphodel enemy can just do that on Minotaur Rush.
Waste not your time, though it is limitless. Busy yourself in doing things else. Learn. Learn how to learn.
So
I
true.
cannot teach you everything myself.
You taught me that at least. Good as new. That's one. One more.
Oh, why am I playing this? Duh.
Had to come back for something right quick. What's the worst that could happen? There it is. Didn't take much more. I forgot something. Not here. Do your worst, father. Goddess Athena.
Do not forget the jewel.
Divine protection. More brimstones.
I am just going to get the rooms, trust me. Just gonna get the boons, the hammer, and the rooms. hammer right here.
Not yet. That's one more.
It was funny while it lasted. It was actually hilarious while it lasted, but yeah.
Stupid skeleton twins. Should check the garden. Can't do that here. Do your worst, father. Shoo already. What do we have here?
I am not going to play the ER aspect, sorry. I I sometimes wonder how much thought Supergiant put behind the different hammers. Honestly true. I'm starting to think they didn't for Hades 1 either. Given how most hammers don't do anything. Like outside of Hestia and maybe yeah, except for like maybe Hestia, everything else everything else kind of want actually no, fists don't particularly need a specific hammer either, I guess. But those feel like exceptions. Okay, maybe some other aspects to if you play them a certain way, but I don't know, the amount of aspects that make or that get made or broken by having or not having a certain specific hammer, and it's all pretty much always the same hammer for all of a certain weapon. What is making me think that? Um, there's no way they put that much thought into what hammers to put into the game. They just looked at an idea, thought, yeah, that sounds cool, then put it in. Like, ain't no way you made charged shot survive this long. Ain't no way there's fucking sniper shot in this game. Why does that exist? Who put that in the game? Whose idea was that? Whoops. Or I don't know, who... Actually, no. Never mind. Yeah, no, why would you give Hera all the special hammers? You are literally never going to make use of the special on Hera. True. Anyway, that's bad.
I'm back, ladies.
Honestly, maybe not quite. People did used to run special-based Bayo. Like, Charged Flight Bayo is one old-school Bayo strategy.
Spikes continue to be
And it
painful.
sort of makes sense that they did give Beowulf an empowered special at base, so
Should check the guard.
having there be at least one hammer that makes the special do things seems logical.
What's the worst that could happen?
You seek such fame as your great relatives upon their mountain top? Seek to be valuable, not to be known. Obscurity is not what makes you weak. Worship from mortals is a nuisance, not a boon.
It's the power of night.
And then you look at something like Lucifer, and suddenly you have a 1 in 8 chance of getting the right hammer, which is better odds than which is better odds than any other aspect in the game, sure, but like you're still relying on the fact you get a single hammer.
Time to collect.
Hey, okay. Yeah, you don't have to make uh you there doesn't need to be an explicitly bad hammer in the game for the weapon to be interesting to use. Does this make sense? Like you can have a weapon in a video game that can be built multiple different ways. Uh, I think Hades 1 Rail is the best example of a well-designed Hades 1 weapon, but both in terms of reliability and gameplay. Except for the fact that three of them are played nearly identically, but you know. I also think they did a good job on the gameplay side for Sword. It's just, if only its hammers weren't hot garbage, and you had to play three of the four of them identically. If you if you discount Chop for a moment. Yep. You know, Arthur's just I would say an overall decent aspect. Like it's by no means fast. It's like the antithesis of going fast. But that doesn't mean it's a bad aspect. It's still interesting in its own right. You have Zeus, which is one of the more mechanically complex aspects. Also one of the more consistent. So wait, Zeus is also a good example of how to design an aspect for a Hades game. Zack Shield Chaos, complete bullshit. Very bad. Just discount Zeus. Anything you can do on Zeus, you can also... I mean, anything you can do on Chaos, you can also do on Zeus. No, not just for that reason. It's also just more interesting. I understand what they were going for when they designed Chaos, but then they nerfed it into the ground and suddenly you can't use the aspect gimmick anymore. Like, why do these other shields not bounce? Whose idea was this? I understand that it was meta because of that at some point, but still, at least let the player build it multiple different ways. Have there be a charge shot build and then have there be this build. And both of those would probably be approximately equally as strong. Because you can't do an attack while a special's out. Yeah, these things don't bounce. The secondary shields don't bounce. And in the event you're asking about um early access Chaos Shield being broken, yeah, it was. It used to be one of the meta aspects. Used to be considered one of, if not the meta aspect. And then they nerfed it into the ground and then they never helped it again. And now you've got this piece of garbage, which is a worse version of both this and this. But this is not exactly a worse version of this since you can't do exactly the same thing. Cannot do exactly the same thing, only approximately. Um, but yeah, no, a cool gimmick for Chaos Shield probably would have been, I don't know, once per biome you get a new Chaos Curse that you have to clear. Then after you clear it, you get the corresponding boon or something like that. Just at random. Now that would have been an interesting mechanic to go with this. And it also would pair with the name. The gimmick would make sense. Actually, yeah, Poseidon's sword is actually pretty well designed, I'd say. It's just they would have needed to buff this number a bit. They would have needed to buff that to like 100% to make it worthwhile. And even then, it would probably only be a discount Achilles. Guan Yu's well designed. It's one of the aspects with the most build paths in the game, so I'm happy where it stands. Achilles is. I don't know what to think of Achilles actually. It's really weird because Achilles can get the spin-based hammers, yet I don't believe the buff actually affects the spin. Hold on, I'll check. 250. Never mind, it does. I was wrong. And then you have this, which here the spins don't buff each other. I don't understand this inconsistency, by the way. Why is that the case? What? Why does Achilles... Why does this buff the spin, but this one doesn't? That's crazy. Zack Spear's just boring. Whatever. Talus Fist is like decently well designed. I think it's way too weird. It's too weird for I mean too weak for what it does. But in terms of its aspect gimmick, I think that's cool. I don't know what you think, but I think that's cool. And then you have this piece of garbage. Seriously, who came up with this? Who thought that was a good idea? And I've been over this. Hestia's based, Eris is like kinda based. Lucifer's interesting because you need to know in advance what you're gonna do, and this has more than one build path, which automatically makes it okay. Anyway, back to the Chaos Shield gameplay. Hmm. That is an Athena boon. I cannot get a Defiance out of this. I mean, I hope I don't get a Defiance out of this, but whatever. Yo, nice air. Never mind. Was gonna say two thugs. Nice Arabescade. And it's not worth it. Kill me.
Surprise. The pact is sealed.
The Elder Sigil shall never work for you, boy. Only a privileged few have unconstrained authority to traverse this realm, and you are not among them, I'm afraid.
I'm fond of running, thanks. Heads up. The strength of the centaurs. Stand aside.
Hello? Hammer!
Should put some extra punch into this.
Kill this. Mm-mm.
Oh no! Them dart traps shot me all to hell. Captain? What's the worst that could happen? How'd that happen?
Can we not? Ladies, please. Can y'all relax? Thank you. If I don't get hammer here, I feel like resetting this. Video games are too bad, unfortunately. Okay. I'm pretty sure the game was half as long. Like it only went to Asphodel or Elysium, I don't remember. Aw. C-Shot was there. Oh no, okay, that might have been routed then. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it was routed then. Right, that's what you're talking about. There's a reason that in my We Didn't Start the Fire Hey speedrunning running edition I put people learn how to route them first to be figure it out. That's what that is. I don't think so, no. People just ran routes. And then they eventually decided, hey, we kind of want to preserve the base game gameplay and not everything to be routed. That's my understanding, at least from the research I did. But trust me, there was a time where, like for Hades 2, where at the very start of early access, the game only went 2 biomes long. Fascinating. Do I really want to play this? Is this video game really something I want to play right now? Not really. Whatever. What could possibly go wrong with this? Oh dear. That's what could go wrong. Sick.
All right, I've seen enough.
Whoops. Hey, can I not get destroyed by unarmored witches right now? Wow, this is illegal. This type of room is actually criminal. Get that garbage out. Far and away the worst type of room in the video game is any room with witches or numbskulls in them. Unarmored.
How about some other means instead?
Wait, two skips paired against each other? Meh.
Hello, Your Highness. Hey, sir. You are most... I see.
1% attack bonus. What would I do without you, Baldy?
Thank you, mate.
What would I possibly do without you? Anyway, kill this.
I can do better than that.
Hello, friend.
Aw. Hello? Is this pillar in the way? Yep. I love AI in this game. Very smart. What incredible... what an incredible video game enemy. They really just don't like when he's in his corner. What the fuck are y'all doing? What is this? Boys. Y'all, what is going on? Anyway, that's enough of that.
The pact is sealed.
Music in my ears is currently reminding me that I should do Celeste Chapter 6 Deathless Attempts at some point again. Not on stream, but just generally. To have at least one chapter golden, one side golden for every chapter, other than 8 and 9, of course. I'm just so bad at reflection, I don't know. Golden feathers, derogatory. Also Kevin's derogatory. Both of them. Well, lucky you. Five HP in a dream. Nice. sick.
What's new, Skelly? Do your worst, Father.
Death is inescapable. If you think otherwise, why then, don't let me stop you.
Wasn't about to start.
Nice hitbox. I love square loud hitboxes. Don't we all?
Have to keep going.
I should have lost SD. That's the wrong side of the room to manip in. You have to walk the polar opposite direction.
I'll take it.
He's back again, Baldy.
Hey, sir. Cheers, Bob. Well, see you.
Nodding. Nodding, nodding.
A pleasure.
Well, take care.
Shoutouts to 60 FPS Hades. For actually making Doomstone reliably megable immediately. Nice. I mean, I don't know about that.
I'm back. Again.
There's the green pots lingering, there's the Asterius jumps, there's Theseus's wait, no. Yeah, the bullhorn. which can go through walls. There's actually pack all of heroes in there. Thank you. Um, there's lasers not visually ending where the pillar is, or rather, pillars only having collision at the foot, at the base. Um, what else was there? Weird room geometry where you can easily get stuck on KBM. What else was there? Ah, the square loud hitboxes. Dad also being a square. The pillars in the heroes fight, I mean the small pillars in the heroes fight being squares. Come on, Zagreus, please. I have still not gotten a single C shot, by the way. It's been an hour. More than that. It's been 2 hours now. It's been 2 hours and I've not seen charged shots. Come on, video game. It's a 1 in 12. It's not that hard. It's not supposed to be this hard. Yeah, no, I get you. Still waiting for the Frey fresh file clear, not gonna lie. It, if you can if you can beat 50 heats, you can beat fresh file. All I'm gonna say. May take some practice, but you have the hand-to-eye coordination to beat fresh file if you know how to. I mean, if you can beat 50. Okay, maybe like 55. I mean, like, shoutouts to Baj, for example, who casually went in and first tried fresh file, and then went in and second tried it too. He did get super lucky on both runs, but still. Massive props to him. Damn. Thought I could strip damage control in time. Because I knew I had the three of them lined up, it's just... I was wondering... Can I get up there fast enough? Apparently not. Yeah, no worries. I'd love to help. I'm also assuming you've already read Sophie's Freshfall guide, because there's a bunch of useful info in there. And I have no problems adding more info to it if... I mean, asking Sophie if she can add certain specific info to it, if ever necessary. Indeed so, especially some of the sections I'm not experienced enough in to explain. Like bright sword patterns, I can tell you that there's a difference between for the visual cues of their attacks, and I've started to learn them pretty well. It's just I could not tell you exactly what those visual cues look like. For one of them, they love to walk around. For the other, they love to dash around, but... And for one of them, they just stand still. But I could not tell you which one's for which. Yeah, it's like really subtle, and I only learned about it through Sophie bringing it up and putting it in her guide. Anyway, kill this. And even then, it's not 100% reliable. It's just... it's not 100% reliable because you just don't get the time to react a lot of the time. But there are visual cues. There are bright sword visual cues.
Didn't seem particularly fair. The pact is sealed.
It's almost shocking I've not gotten a single C shot yet. For Skelemats, way too early, so you don't even get value out of it. Never mind, 3 Skelemats somehow. Hello? Attack pump, please. This may look bizarre that I'm keeping this, but trust me, it'll work at least for early game. Thank you. Sick room. Uh, Artemis. Okay.
The might,
2 minutes. No hammer. The sane place to do this. However, it would be very funny. Lamau. And no hammer. Okay, this one's dead. I'll give this my best Electo fight, but it's dead. Undoubtedly. Pace could actually be worse. You know what? I might just keep this for the memes. If I get to keep all three of Divine Dash, the Call, and the Attack. If so, I am keeping this. Perfection, okay. I have to go Earring here or I'm dead.
Okay. I see you, Tartarus.
Ray, stop burning down the kitchen. You're cooking too hard. Whoops. Can I get hammer?
Barge of Death, you're here.
Shoutouts to Earring for carrying my damage during that barge. Slow coin. Oh no, the naked white men. Get them out of here. Put some clothes on at least. And it's dead. Kill me.
No use. I'm asking for it.
You are immortal, boy, but in a manner you can die, as you now understand. A most unpleasant feeling, is it not?
I'm getting used to it. Lady Athena. I can take it.
Ow. crazy. Top 13 Chaos Curse.
No turning back. Appreciate the backup. I'm authorized.
I know where you are.
Y'all, please. This is getting boring, thanks.
Get on your feet, Azura.
Yes. I always come back.
That's hot garbage. So much health to down the drain.
Into the break. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll be ending soon anyway. You won't be missing much. Right. How about a last one? Very last one.
Blasted spike traps everywhere.
Okay, nope, no thank you. That's enough. Alright, no, I found